I'm going to say the same thing. Schlitterbahn.
Come
That's all
on.
you had to say. All right, yesterday, some potentially welcome news for consumers as the Bureau of Labor Statistics announced that inflation dipped below 3%, the lowest in almost 3.5 years. And that could signal an interest rate cut by the Federal Reserve in the near future. But a lot of consumers may be asking, when am I going to really start seeing a difference in my monthly expenses? Natalie Haddad is in our newsroom this morning with a look at some of the numbers, because inflation may be cooling, but you look at some of the individual metrics that make up the CPI and they are still through the roof.
Absolutely, and I think we are all feeling it no matter where you live. Economists believe this new lower consumer price index is a sign that inflation is finally letting up, at least in some important areas, but not all areas. So take a look. July's consumer price index slowed below 3% for the first time since March 2021. Sounds good, right? It's how we measure changes in price year over year. Gas prices, clothing, new and used car prices, all of that was down. Dairy and fruit also cheaper at the grocery store. But on the flip side, however, car insurance is more expensive. I'm sure we've all noticed that. Electricity is also expensive. And we should note, despite some change at the grocery store, grocery prices overall are still up 21% from where they were 3 years ago. So it's some good news, but still some bad news. Meanwhile, presidential nominees, former President Trump and current Vice President Kamala Harris, they are speaking on their plans to defeat inflation this week. At his North Carolina rally Wednesday, Trump advocated for broad economic reforms, such as getting rid of job regulations that he claims are costing jobs and eliminating taxes on Social Security benefits for seniors. And then later this week, also in North Carolina, Harris plans to outline her own economic policy proposals, including a ban on corporate price gouging and increased support for small businesses to make their way into their respective markets. Now, while the two don't have much in common when it comes to their economic agenda, both Trump and Harris say they both want to get rid of taxes on tips for service and hospitality workers. We'll just have to see where the cards lay. Kara.
All right. Thank you, Natalie.